Hey Steve, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope things are going well on this beautiful Mother's Day in Michigan, and hopefully it's beautiful in Seattle as well. What I wanted to do is I wanted to go over the slide deck for you that I promised I'd deliver to you. I think it's something that we've given careful thought to. I think the real advantages to working in extreme conditions is that sometimes you have to figure out solutions for extreme problems. And so, obviously, I've had the unique ability to work in the last several years in that area, and I think that we've come up with some real solutions for people moving forward. So, let me just kind of take you through this slide deck so that you have an understanding of where I'm coming from, and any suggestions or recommendations you have would be terrific. So, obviously, the problems we know, unsupported traditional homework structure and improper technology integration, we often find that people get iPads across the board and really haven't have figured out the learning objective, work objective around those things. And there's really no tool that exists for real-time adaptive personalized learning within a classroom that fits the teacher's current skill sets and needs. And so often things are kind of futuristic, but they really haven't been adapted to creating change now, maybe change 5, 6 years from now. So we know the flipped instructional model really is based on aligning resources and inverting classroom instruction so that you do more research-based activities in class with the support of the teacher and the school. We also, think that we should adopt sensible technologies and also provide sustainable frameworks so that teachers can work in those frameworks for years to come instead of just in a shorter time period. So one of the unique opportunities that I've had since releasing our article in the New York Times is that the United States National Laboratory and its developers have adopted us and really providing a recommender system for schools that relates to teachers' current practices, needs, data, and also related to student profiles. And so that students ultimately, based on their profile, based on their learning needs, and based on the teacher's need to individualize instruction in a classroom in just 50 minutes, we're developing a recommender system that allows teachers to input and use their expertise, but also deliver that expertise to every single student based on their previous profile of themselves and other students, and also on their learning data as well. And then share those messages and that information with parents, central office, Board of Education, teachers. So it's really a lot of transparency with it so that we can all make decisions based on what's right for the child. Now the business model for this overall is really to develop a consulting firm around the flipped school and classroom model, and also within that flipped classroom and school model that we created licensing for the adaptive learning recommender system, and also a recommender app for existing learning management systems, because one of the things that we find that schools already have content organizational tools. So if we can provide a tool that allows that system to react to the data appropriately and deliver things to students on time, then we'd be even better off. So the flipped business model really is providing online and in-person training around the flipped classroom and school. I think the biggest strength is because we're a pioneer, at least myself and my school, that within the flipped classroom movement and all the media attention that we've received around it, we're a trusted brand. People already trust that we're successful within that model. The individual recommender system is really for individualizing for schools and teachers, and also the app for complete integration into learning management systems, because we don't want schools to deny the tool just because they have their content organized. We want to make sure that they have a tool that they can use within their existing system. And really the biggest strength is the recommender is currently being created by a nationally renowned innovation and research lab. And a lab that often does projects for NASA, often does things for other agencies within the government that are classified and so forth. We want to make sure that we have the best technology, and so we have that availability. So in a sense, we're making the impossible actually possible. Now, the marketing of this will be a creative learning network through social media channels, and also leverage our school context through the flipped high school. And we'd also leverage relationships with pre-existing LMS systems and companies and so forth. So, really to connect and network so that the message gets out there and the tools get out there as well. The competition really, I guess, would be around the Flip Learning Network would be one competitor. Peer-to-peer instruction would be another one. Um, there's no really all-in-one adaptive learning platform that aligns with current day practices and needs. We're starting to see some of this adaptive learning, and Amazon has something very similar and so forth, but it doesn't adapt to an all-in-one inclusive like we're going to be developing, with this system. The management team is myself, Dr. Gautam Thakur of the Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Rachel Parker was a marketing strategist for TechSmith. She's the one who helped us market our school to all the media outlets and so forth. And also Ridvan Alou, who is the CEO of EDU&Go, is very successful in growing his company as well. Currently, I work part-time as a flip consultancy. I've made about $70,000 in 24 months. And that's just trying to balance being principal and also being the demand for me to speak and so forth is, and that's what I've been able to garner. We're asking for $500,000, and really it's for $300,000 is for the continued development of the Recommender app and also the Recommender system. I think that's what it costs for the lab to put people full time on this, and also $200,000 for marketing of the Recommender and startup costs for the Learning Rex organization. Well, I think the momentum that we've built has been tremendous. I mean, there's not many schools and individuals who've had the opportunity to be on as much major media as we have, and also been known throughout the world as being a pioneer within the flipped classroom movement. So I think it's very unique to have that. But also, it's unique is that we're working with the U.S. lab and developing technologies that can innovate our classrooms. And so, with our work in working with educators who are actually practitioners in the classroom and their needs, and students who are at risk, and also working with a lab that has technologies that are available that probably aren't available to too many individuals like myself. So we really have a unique experience. And so, but we're also building upon these technologies that are already going to be developed. So we're not starting from scratch. We're actually developing on top of things. And so this pilot for the actual Recommender system is scheduled to roll out in the spring and summer 2014, and then the full Recommender rollout we will be looking to do in the fall of 2014, and it's definitely by the first of the year. So it's something that we have tremendous momentum with. We have the help with the National Laboratory, which is highly unusual. It's their first education project they've ever done, and so they have a lot of energy, enthusiasm, and oomph behind that. Anybody who's interested in contacting me, here's my contact information. Feel free to contact me at any time. And Steve, thank you so much for contributing to the success of so many. I don't think anybody will be disappointed with the efforts that we're going to make. And I think that just everybody's cooperative efforts, I think we can actually get this done. So again, have a great Mother's Day. Look forward to hearing from you, and I'll talk to you soon.